It is loud and it is wet here, Coach, as we welcome you inside CenturyLink Field on a patented rainy afternoon in Seattle, Washington. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Arizona Cardinals and the Seattle Seahawks. 2 weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Mike, 280. Right there in the middle, 55. Time to go, night. Hey, switch gears. Run left.
Here's Rashad Penny, first carry for the former San Diego State Aztec. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. To throw is Wilson. They set up the screen to Penny. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 10 yards and a Seattle first down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially as pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
I'll go special. 36. Tempo.
Wilson leaves this one with Penny. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Excellent effort defensively by him. 2 tackles for a loss last week, now 1 here in the first quarter.
He's an absolute disruptor, isn't he? And I think most offenses would love to go against guys who just want to hold the point of attack and try and keep things clean for their linebackers. But when they make those moves and they can get upfield, past the offensive line into the backfield, that's hard to handle.
Green 80.
55. You better be afraid of me. Deuce.
Alert.
Play action. It's Wilson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Anthony Hitchens. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Eight yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Check 24. Check 3.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on third. Snap comes to Murray at 1. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Called that a very strong gain of 24. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got a turnover? We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
Now a handoff looking right. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Second down, Murray sets to throw. That's going to be caught by Kirk for a Cardinals touchdown. Christian Kirk, his first touchdown of the new season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It's a gain of 15, 1st down Seahawks. Well, no matter your experience level as a quarterback, you throw an interception on that first drive, maybe a little shaken up. Nice response there to get their first down.
I think you make an excellent point. I don't care who you are. You throw an interception, it's going to get to you a little bit. But the ones that we've seen that are the best, you never notice it. They don't come to the bench, throw their helmets. They don't do any of that. Just go back out the next drive and act like it never happened. And that's what we're seeing here.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 32-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Wilson now After the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. They'll toss it to Penny. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for 2nd down.
Brought down back at the 38-yard line.
Mike, blue 80. Right there in the middle, 55. That's right, baby. They don't want it.
On 2nd down, here's Penny. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up.
3rd down and long.
Blue 80. He look. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. SOS. One left. Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey. I got you, Pop. He's on.
3rd and long. It's Wilson. And he can't quite corral it defensively. Maybe some space to go the other direction if he had caught it. That brings up 4th down now.
Jason Myers for the Seahawks field goal.
And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is. Was a kicker from that distance, 56, 57 yards. So many things you got to worry about, but I am a little surprised he didn't get it there.
Yeah, with the way kickers are nowadays, we're surprised anything under 65 that it doesn't get at least to the crossbar. But remember this, you have to drive it a little bit lower in order to make that distance, and you also have to be worried about the interior rush that they can get their hands on it. So that's why those stronger kickers nowadays who can pop it up in the air and still travel and carry it, that's what you're looking for.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Murray again, 2nd and 10. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
Running on 1st down, Eckler. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Mike 5-4. Hey, watch the slant.
Now Murray throwing on 2nd down. Open man is Kirk, complete. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
6-man. Check girls. Jim. Whip. Watch the whip.
First carry for Royce Freeman. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Come on, Zach. 18 data. You must be dreaming.
On second down, Eckler slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
A loss of a yard on the play. And it's third down.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on third down. Throwing is Murray on third down. He wants it all for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's fourth down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
They go play action with Wilson. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on second and 10. From the gun, a give to Penny. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up third and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On third down, Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A really good pickup of 28 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. Wilson defers to Penny here on the draw. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a second and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second and 9, Wilson nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Terrell Basham in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
The competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's third and long here.
Mike by 5, Mike 55, Mike by 5. Yeah, that's right, that's right. Mike 55, Mike 55. Too little, Cupcake.
From the shotgun, Wilson. That's caught by Penny. 6 yards on the pickup, and that's going to bring up a fourth down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And this is going to wind up left. Well struck, but it's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. So without making excuses, you have to figure that this rain has had an impact now on both of his missed field goals.
It's one of those situations that's really difficult to practice for and tough to prepare yourself against. It's just a whole different animal kicking in the rain, and we've really seen him struggle.
Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up.
First down, Murray. Now he lets it go deep for Kirk. That's caught inside the 20. Oh, and the big play's going to get even bigger as penalty flags are down, and I believe they're going to get a face mask penalty tacked on. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a first and goal. On the ground, it's Eckler. Down at the 2. Broke through first contact, but ultimately stopped shy of the goal line. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be second and goal. From the 2 now, second and goal. Now a toss play to Eckler. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down. This stadium once registered as the loudest roar ever recorded, and you can hear him now. Third and goal. Murray now, third and goal. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Austin Eckler with touchdown number 7 on the year. Here the Cardinals push further out in front. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This one fielded at the 5. Then he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this second and 9. Here's Wilson to throw, and he finds Penny. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
And the shuffle pass to the running back goes for no yardage, but they used to call that the Utah pass, made famous by Coach Cactus Jack Curtis and his quarterback, Lee Grosscup.
Check right.
On third down, Wilson. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's fourth down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. This is taken at the 15. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Cards are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Going on the ground with Eckler. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. It was Jaron Reed who got him down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 41-yard line.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Murray gets this one to Isabella, and that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 42.
Let's go now. 55, Mike.
Stay with you now.
Mike 55, Mike 55, Mike 55. Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. He'll get this to Eckler. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. He's trying to parlay that great performance last week, NFC Offensive Player of the Week in Week 2, into a great performance in Week 3.
And the way he was able to do it last week, he started off doing it again this week. Energy, the way he comes off the line of scrimmage, attacks the defense, sets them back on their heels, and he finds openings as a result.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
That's going to be a long day.
He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. We got double up, double up.
Watch out. What?
Check 99. Off.
Murray going to throw. He'll buy some time right. And incomplete. He tried to leave it underneath. Nearly got picked. They may be lucky to have that one back. 3rd down. Well, those two have hooked up for a touchdown once already in this game, that time unable to find the completion.
Yeah, it just appeared they wanted to get him out into open space and try and get him the football. As you mentioned, unable to connect.
55. Hey, come on now.
Again, they'll throw with Murray. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 26.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen, because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. Nice pickup for a 1st down.
Now Eckler. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
Cut.
From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line.
Boy, that's the kind of interception that can save a game right there. They're already down 2 scores. Huge play, slowing down what was going against them.
I was thinking the same thing. You get down 3 scores there at this stage, could be in for a long ball game. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
I don't think you got it, son. Check. Check, hot route. Hot. What?
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Trevor Williams with a pick. The 30. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with.
Check.
They'll look to run with Freeman. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54, Mike. Watch the slant. Mike's by 4. Mike's by 4. Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54.
Hey, watch the ball.
Mike's 54.
To throw, it's Murray. Caught by the tight end, Ertz. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as he'll try to get 3 before half. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And his kick here is good. And that's going to make this a 16-0 ball game. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
It's a very short kick taken by an up man. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Murray looks to throw again, 2nd and 10. And he comes back with one complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain there of 21 yards. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun on third down, Murray. And he connects with Ertz. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. They'll get 34 yards there.
That's a real nice job right there, working the middle of the field, working against those safeties. And you know, partner, if you get your hips turned the wrong way, big plays can result.
And a big play resulted right there. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Don't get nervous.
Mike 5-5, Mike 55, Mike 5-5.
Murray now on 1st down. And he rifles one incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Murray. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll be 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Seventh play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8.
Mike 27. Ain't no such thing as a loss. We take a win.
Hey, check Mike 27.
Murray to air it out again. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Delano Hill. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
After the interception, here's Wilson. He finds Hopkins complete. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops.
Now Wilson on 1st down. They'll roll him out right. His throw incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf. And now it's 2nd down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there. And it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. Rolling to his right. On the run. He'll let this go deep right side. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass.
Hey, alert.
I got you, boy.
Touch 50.
56, right there. 56. Get ready.
One left.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56. Oh, you get on the head.
To throw on third down. Wilson. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. So on is Jason Myers. He's hit from as long as 58 in his career. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And it's hard to hold a kick from this distance against him, but that is now 3 misses for him in the game so far.
3? And you wonder where his head's at right now. Kickers are a funny breed, but I have a feeling he'd love to see a 29-yarder next time to get him back in the groove.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 30-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Now a toss, running left, Eckler. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Watch QB jump. Watch QB jump.
Mike's 54.
Second down, Murray sets to throw. Flushed out right. And his throw is incomplete. Amari Cooper, his intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time out, another missed field goal, so maybe their confidence wavering a little bit right now in the kicking game.
And I'm with you on that. I think at this stage, they'd love to not run him back out there in a tough situation. But let's face it, they may have to. So right now, the head coach is talking to the offense coordinator and saying, call this game like we're going to put it in the end zone. Let's try and take the field goal out of it.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
They go play action now. Wilson. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Play action. It's Wilson. Sliding out of the pocket. On the run. He'll let this go deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Check. 55's mark, guys. 55.
Mike 55, Mike 55.
From the gun, it's Wilson. And the catch made by Hopkins. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
Well, advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Here we go on 4th with Wilson. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. Being just short of midfield, they decide to take a crack at it on 4th down. They don't come through.
Sometimes it's just showing confidence in your defense. You know that they're good, and they'll take care of you. A lot of coaches during the week will announce to their team, we're going to be aggressive, guys. We're going to go for it. Hey, defense, you got me? A little bit of a challenge to them to see if they'll pick up the rest of the team.
We'll see how they respond now. Past the 20. Touchdown, Cardinals. Austin Eckler with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Cardinals push further out in front. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback. As that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
Ready.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough, because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. Penny, a 1st down carry. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 40-yard line.
2nd and 9 now. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Look at me. Score. Score. Ready.
He'll look to throw. This is Jeff Swain, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. Only a yard on the gain there as time will run out on this 3rd quarter of play.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Check.
He'll drop to throw. Completes it to Jennings. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
Single.
Brings up 3rd down.
Now.
They'll look to throw here. And he finds Penny. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Ready? 4, Mike's by 4. Hunt, 6, wait. Let's go, baby. Undercrush.
Here is Eckler. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Make these babies cry all the way back. It's free. Make these babies cry all the way back home. Shift.
Now Murray throwing on 2nd down. Escaping the pressure right. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside.
Hey, 50. 50's the mic. 50's green. Watch the slant.
Shift. Watch the shift.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Murray now. Flush to his right. And this is caught. It's Cooper. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down.
Sometimes it pays to be lucky rather than good. That was not even the intended receiver on that pass.
But still able to haul it in for the reception. The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Murray now, 3rd and goal. Being chased out left. And Murray's still down. Maybe shaking up that go-around. Let's hope he's all right. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. And his kick is good. And that will push the lead up from 26, and it grows up to 29. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
It's a gain of 12, 1st down Seahawks.
2-18, tough.
First down.
Hey, Haywood.
37-yard line.
55. Tackles.
Mike 55, Mike 50. Let's go.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between and created a foul.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Let's go.
Hey, Foxtrot.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike. All day, just like that.
Big grip.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 1st down Seattle on a pickup of 13. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
37-yard line.
Ready.
They'll drop to throw. He finds Hopkins complete. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Shoot.
At the 34-yard
55,
line.
my God, 55.
Shoot.
Here's a 2nd and 7. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 11 yards there and a 1st down for Seattle.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Here we go. Set. 70. Indy.
Here we go, D. Hey, it's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Hey, Delta.
Mike 55.
Right on.
Back to throw. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. 11 yards there and a 1st down for Seattle.
First and 10 at the 13-yard line.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movement.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf, his second touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit. Myers connects on the PAT, and that'll cut the lead down now to 22. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super toe.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Danny. Let's go, Mike 50, Mike 50.
Check. All right, 25 to up.
A first throw for the backup, Ryan. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away. Turns into a nice play.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 11.
Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up.
58.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Now he lets it go deep for Kirk. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Oh, he slipped right by him. Elsewhere, 4th quarter score now for Baltimore. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. If they hold on, a victory there would be their 3rd of the year.
Set up, 50, plant.
Check, 55 to Mike. It's our time.
Hey, echo.
Watch Twiz.
Set go.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And a catch made by Hopkins. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. 2nd and 5. They set up the screen to Penny. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Rashad Penny, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down now to 15. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. So a very short kick here. This will be taken by one of the up men. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
We got this. We got 4. We got 4.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Ready. And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength.
From the shotgun, Ryan eluding the pressure right. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. That goes for 14 yards, 1st down Cardinals.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
He's checking. Crash.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. After the penalty, here's Freeman. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
2nd and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. Down to a knee. Here's the Cardinals look to let the clock roll.
It's a loss of a yard, and it's 3rd down.
So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals. And I know I'm not breaking any news when I say that any road in this league is a good one.
No doubt.
But it's a double bonus when you get a victory on the road in your division.
And you start start a season, each team breaks down their schedule in different ways. Some do it every 4 games, right? Let's go orderly. Others say, listen, we've got to take care of our home field. And, out of a 16-game season, if you get 8 at home, let's at least win 7 at home and split our road games. That's what you're trying to get done. So you're exactly right. A road win, precious, especially within the division.
So for the Cards, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Seattle, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Washington. I'm Brandon Gaudin, certainly.